morning. Just out on a new one. I've not actually ever done this one before. I've heard about it a little bit, but I've never done it. It's Wyming Brook. So potentially make it an 8-mile circular. There's a trail, I guess, goes down the side of the river, and then down to a reservoir, around the reservoir, then up the other side there's a pinnacle rock, which I want to go and have a look at, see if it's climbable, anything like common sense, and if so, give that a go. If not, I know for next time. So yeah, give this a careful looking at, and then over to the old hunting cabin, keeper's cabin over at Redmires. Is the plan. Very pretty at the moment. We've got to drop a fair bit in altitude down to the reservoir, across the road, and then climb up the other side, then probably backtrack and then carry on along the side of the reservoir to take me up to the hunting cabin, keeper's cabin, or whatever it was back in its day, just to make it into a loop. Nice little babbling brook kind of soundscape. It's actually warming up quite nicely. That looks like the bottom of Wyming Brook. So now on the service road, or will be in a second when I get out of this mud fest, to the reservoir, which I can't recall the name of at the moment. We're going to go along here now, across the top of the dam and up the other side. There's this pinnacle rock. Go and have a look at that, and then backtrack this way, and I think we carry on along there, which would take me along the side of the reservoir itself, and then out onto access land. So we're out the mud for a minute and out the shelter as well. I were going to take my jumper off, but it's a little bit windy here. Just trying to see if I can see the rock, actually see the cliff face up there, so I guess it's on that lot over there somewhere, but I shall find it when I get there. Rivelin lower reservoir, can't remember the name of it earlier. And then so it's either up there and back, or you can sort of loop around and come back down a bit further down the road. So it's the end of the service road of Rivelin Reservoir. Across the road and up there. Don't look that muddy on here, and technically it's not, but I think effectively the soles of my boots are clogged, and trying to walk uphill with mud on mud makes it a little bit one step forward, two step back kind of deals. So it's not that exactly steep an incline, but it definitely wants the tread clearing. But as soon as I clear it, it'll fill up again. So all this walk is new to me. I've not done any of it before. Done around Redmires, but this is like the at the very entrance to Redmires where I started for Wyming Brook. So it's all new, but it's a day out. It's a nice sunny day, so I'll make the most of it. I could have been home doing garden, so no contest really. Right, I've got a split in the path, so I'll take this left fork a minute and have a look at this cliff face. And there's a bit more rock outcrop up that way. So there's this rock up here, but I'm not sure where exactly. So it's just a case of bumble around until I trip over it really. Left fork looked at. And nothing of note. So kick back over and go right. Which well, I sort of thought it were, but without looking, you don't know. You might also find stuff you might have interest in. Serious mushroom. Which way did they come in? Just coming down there. Took a slight detour, I think. But all roads lead to Rome. Albeit through holly bushes. I'm still climbing. Well, that's not it, but you can't walk past it without standing on it. Could abseil that. So several trees to anchor to. Yeah. Might have to give that a go to looking at. Not done any for a bit. Right then, back up. There's where we came over. So yeah, I've either got to carry on all the way along this top, see if I can locate this pillar, and if not, carry on over to intersect the path that goes down below me, just to make this bit of a loop, because why not? There's a path down there, so I'll keep going along the top. It's got to join up at some point. Right, let's find the intersection. It takes me down in a sensible manner ish. I want to say I've managed so far not to go on my arse, but it's probably tempting fate as it's still early days yet. Is that climbable? No. No. Not by me anyway. Definitely not. Way above my pay grade. Get on that platform. platform, that's about as far as you get. Certainly a nice little pinnacle, but not a chance in hell of me getting up that. It's unfortunate. I do love a pinnacle, but I knows my limitations. So too soon to say I'm not going on my arse. This tree just saved me, nearly ripped my arm out of my socket. But stayed on my feet. I'll try and pick my way through now. And then we've got various like little paths. But, it takes me down to the road, which invariably it will. So that's taking me back. That'll probably intersect the path I came in on, and that, I don't know, intersecting what looks like to be a path, which is always promising. And so I'm back into the mud pit. Unfortunately, plenty of stones and things to keep your hat on it. So that puts me back to doubling up now. So I've just done a loop around Rivelin rocks, up over the top and down the bottom, and now join back up with the path I came up on. So again, this will drop me down to the road and on straight across the road to the access path on the Rivelin Reservoir. So that's that first loop done. That's it, bit of tarmac now. Back around to about there at least, and then I'm not sure after that. I've not done it, but at least this will hopefully clear my tread out of my boots for a little while. No doubt they'll climb back up again in a bit, but give me a bit of a fighting chance with traction. Yeah, so that's where I've just been, up there. So you could see down here quite easily from that rock tower, but it sort of blends into the background, I think, from this angle, which I couldn't see it when I was looking from there earlier on. But still, for now, that away, then that away. I think we're going basically up onto the top of that hill. I think that's where the path takes me up there, which intersects then to the thing what they call the long causeway, and around to the cabin. So we're up there. So that's it then. That's closes that sort of loop. So we came down here, parked at the top of Wyming Brook. So I'll come down here, along there, up to Rivelin Rocks and back. So again, now on a new section again, which will take us up here. It takes us around this first reservoir, I think part way around the second one, and then I have to divert off onto open moor. A toad with a baby toad on the back. Alive, dead, or just staying still so as not to be seen. Avoid the mud pit, sort of. So yeah, I've just got to follow this around to the next sharp left, I think, and there's a footpath there which takes me up onto access land. Rivelin Dams, the way I've come from, A57 bridleway and ready car Clough. So they should take me out the woods shortly onto open open moorland. So just coming back to Rivelin dams, come to a crossroads. That will take me straight down to A57. That's the way I'm going up to that gate up there, but there's a rock here which I've seen over the years and a path going to it, so go and get to looking at in the area, and then I can either divert back and then up there, unless there's a way to continue to Oaking Clough, and that take me up to the cabin that way. So we're taking the distance wheelstones. That's that wall hopped. So there's a trail here that takes you up and around. That's going to intersect the path I want to be on. There's a path here which takes me up the side of the Clough, which also takes me where I want to be. That's the one I'm heading for, but there's also one that goes up there, so I've got options. This puts me to Oaking Clough. It's a bit blowy. Yeah, it's turned out quite successful, this one actually. It's about 98% new. When I get to the top of this trail, that's going to put me back onto where I've been previously, up to this cabin. But all the rest of it up to this point is new, which is quite nice. I say it's rare that I find any totally virgin terrain sort of thing. Just top 5 miles, 2 hours 22. There's the headstone just sticking out. There's Oaking Clough to my right, and the derelict cabins at the top of this trail, and just over to my right slightly, the other side of the Clough technically, at the head. And this should be the path. Follow that around, takes you around to Redmires. That is Oaking Clough, takes me down to the A57, but I jumped the wall from the headstone. So this bit I've done before several times. So from here back to the car, whichever way I go, is a double up. And get out of this wind for 5 minutes will be a bonus. So at the turnaround again of the second loop, so come along this bit of causeway here part way, and then came up Oaking Clough and the headstone, and up through Rivelin dams and all that. So I've come all the way around there and up and over here. I've now got 3 options really. You can either go back that way and then carry on up down to that bridge and then carry on around, and then I've got 2 options. I can either go up and over the top or carry on round, both put me to the side of Redmires Reservoir. I can go around the lake and follow a path around that nib, and you jump over a wall and it cuts up over the side of that wood over the top, and also drops you down to the same car park as that does. Or if I want to extend even further, around the lake and then cut up the side of there, past that little bit of a copse up there, and that puts me up over to High Neb on the northern end of Stanage. Something tiles have fell off or been knocked off, I don't know which, but all the fireplace has been smashed up a bit as well. I think they were a bit more intact, I think. So I think the option is I'm going to go around the lake and that way. I've come in that way before, I've never been out that way, so may as well get a mission. That way is just a boring straight flat path back. May as well go the easy way, I suppose, rather than climbing over. Little steps in the corner there, but and this, I guess, will be the high point, but it's all downhill from here basically. There's Redmires Reservoirs, top and middle. There's another one a bit further down, so I just got to follow this down into that tree line just off a gate. That puts me into one of the main car parks, and then I've just got to walk down the service road back to the top of Wyming Brook. Right, just up here is like a, you know, bit of undulating like trenches, and I believe, I don't know if it's if I've either got the right place or the right story to the right place, or I'm just talking crap, but apparently the army and that used to train in there for the trenches in World War One. Fact or fiction? Don't know, but so I'm led to believe. 80 metres back on tarmac, footrest at way. Yep, so there you go, Redmires top reservoir. And if I'd have gone back along that causeway, that would have brought me up, or one of the options would have been up and over the top, and that would have dropped me down here to this point. Or you carry on around and it brings you out where these cars are parked down this end. So that closes the loop. Puts us back to Wyming Brook car park. Street car from here. 7.76 miles, 3 hours 40 minutes.